The full moon of July 13th, 2025, has passed, but it left behind something irreversible. A portal has closed, and in its wake, you may be feeling strange, intense, almost unexplainable symptoms. Do not dismiss them. These are not ordinary effects. These are soul tremors, signals from your higher self, whispers from the universe that your old life, the version of you that lived in limitation, in fear, in the matrix, is now collapsing. The signs are here, the symptoms are real, and they are preparing you for something profound. The final phase of your old identity, and the arrival of your divine rebirth. You may feel as though you're dying, but not in the way the world understands death. This is a spiritual death, a sacred unraveling of what no longer serves you. If you've been waking up with a heaviness in your chest, or a strange calm before waves of emotion, you're not broken. You're being reborn. The full moon was the catalyst, the closing door, and now, the transformation begins. The 9 symptoms you're about to hear are not random. They are divine markers that you are reaching your soul's final stage of transition before stepping into your higher purpose. Symptom 1. Extreme fatigue that comes in waves. This isn't physical tiredness, it's soul exhaustion. Your energy, body is shedding timelines, collapsing karmic contracts, and integrating powerful lunar downloads. You may sleep for 10 hours and still feel drained. Your spirit is in surgery. Your aura is being rewired, and the body is trying to catch up with the light codes it has received. If you're feeling this, do not resist rest. You're preparing for a quantum leap. Symptom 2. Emotional flash floods. Grief without cause, out of nowhere. Tears pour. Old sadness surfaces. You grieve for things you thought you'd healed. This is not regression. This is release. The full moon pulled the final layer off the wound. You are not crying for your past. You are mourning the version of you that can no longer stay. This is spiritual grief, the funeral of your old self. Let the tears flow. It's a sign that the portal worked. Symptom 3. Strange body pulses and surges of heat or cold. You may feel chills on your skin, then sudden heat radiating through your chest. These are energy codes moving through your chakra system. The lunar activation from July 13th has lit up dormant pathways within your etheric body. Your heart chakra is expanding. Your crown is opening. The temperature shifts are spiritual weather, patterns inside you, divine evidence that your light body is awakening. Symptom 4. Time feels warped or irrelevant. You may forget what day it is, what time it is, or feel like time is stretching and collapsing all at once. This is not confusion, it's ascension. The 13th of July moon has bent the timeline. You are no longer on the same linear track. When time begins to feel like a dream, that's a sign you're dissolving the matrix's grip on your perception. You are exiting the system. Symptom 5. Intense need for solitude or silence. You may feel overwhelmed in crowds or unable to engage in small talk. You crave silence. You crave meaning. This isn't depression. This is detachment from the illusion. Your soul is pulling you inward because the next instructions are whispered, not shouted. When you isolate, you align. When you detach, you download. Your solitude is sacred right now. Symptom 6. Feeling out of place in familiar environments. You walk into places you've known for years and suddenly feel like a stranger. Even your own reflection may feel distant. That's because you are changing on a molecular and spiritual level. Your frequency is rising. The environments that matched your past self now feel foreign. This is a sign that you've stepped beyond your old timeline. You no longer belong there. Your soul is upgrading dimensions. Symptom 7. Repeating number codes and messages everywhere. 1111, 222, 777. They chase you. Your phone, battery, receipts, dreams, clocks, all echo these numbers. You're not imagining it. These are activation codes, celestial confirmations. The universe is aligning messages from your future self to guide you home. The moon left behind a map, and the signs are the coordinates. Pay attention. You're being shown the way. Symptom 8. Dreams that are vivid, strange, or prophetic. You're waking up from dreams that feel more real than life. Faces you've never seen. Symbols you can't explain. and messages that shake your soul. These are not dreams, they are transmissions, astral meetings, soul contracts being updated. You're being shown glimpses of your future self. The full moon thinned the veil. Your dream space is now a sacred classroom. Keep a journal. Your higher self is speaking. Symptom 9, a deep inner knowing that something is over. You can't explain it, but you feel it in your bones. Something inside you has ended. A relationship, a version of you, a way of being. You haven't said it out loud, but your spirit already knows. The full moon of July 13th marked the final breath of a karmic cycle. The universe didn't ask for permission. It simply completed what needed to end. You may not fully understand it yet, but you know you can't go back. You're no longer who you used to be, and that is sacred. If you're experiencing even 3 of these 9 signs, then hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are awakening. You have reached the edge of one lifetime and are preparing to cross into another, not through death of the body, but the death of the ego's illusion. This is the last stage of your old life, and what comes next will demand everything you've ever hidden, every truth you've buried, and every gift you've denied. The universe is preparing to show you who you really are. If you are brave enough to see that, you are being initiated. This is your chrysalis. And yes, it is dark, confusing, and at times terrifying. But that's because you are dissolving. Like the caterpillar, your old form is breaking down. Don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to hold yourself together. Surrender, fall apart, let go. The light codes from the July moon were never meant to comfort you. They were meant to crack you open. The pain you feel now is sacred. It's proof that you're still alive and being rewired for your next dimension. This phase is not meant to be understood by the logical mind. It is mystical, mysterious, initiatory. The 9 spiritual symptoms you are experiencing are signs that your soul is in transition between the life you thought you had to live and the one you were always destined for, between surviving and awakening. And if you resist it, the symptoms intensify. But if you surrender, you will remember your truth. You were never meant to stay in this form forever. You are a traveler, a shapeshifter, a soul with many lifetimes etched into your skin. And the reason this transition feels so intense is because your soul has been waiting lifetimes for this moment. July 13th, 2025 was not just a date, it was a divine checkpoint, a cosmic threshold that has now unlocked your final test. Can you release your attachment to who you used to be and step into who you really are? Look around you. The world is shifting. Old systems are crumbling. Relationships are unraveling. The masks are falling. Why? Because the truth is rising, and the universe has chosen you to be part of the awakening. Not everyone will understand what you're going through. That's because not everyone is meant to. You are not going crazy. You are becoming conscious, and consciousness can feel like chaos before it becomes clarity. The full moon didn't just bring light to the sky, it brought revelation to your soul. And now, in the days that follow, you must move differently. Speak differently, breathe differently. Every choice you make from here on out is either pulling you deeper into your rebirth or dragging you back into a dying identity. Do not be seduced by the old world. You've outgrown it. Let the version of you that is no longer aligned rest in peace that this post-phase is sacred. You are standing in the in-between, not quite who you were, not yet who you're becoming. This is the void, and though it may feel empty, it is actually full of possibility. This is where your soul is the most powerful. Don't rush it. Don't numb it. Sit with it. Breathe into it. The divine is speaking to you in silence now, so what now? You must honor the signs, journal your dreams, cleanse your aura. Sit under the night sky and ask your guides to reveal your next step. Drink water. Fast if your body asks. Disconnect from chaos. Reconnect to your essence. These spiritual symptoms are not punishments, they are preparations. Your soul is preparing for mission, and the only way to activate it is to listen. This is your confirmation. The 9 symptoms are real. The transformation is real. The death of your old self is not something to fear. It is something to celebrate. The moon saw your pain. The moon witnessed your silent tears. And now, it has chosen to illuminate your path out of darkness. But you must walk forward with courage, with conviction, with clarity, because what's coming is bigger than anything you've ever known. The truth is, most people will miss this. They'll dismiss the symptoms, they'll ignore the signs, they'll numb the discomfort and miss the miracle. But not you. You were built for this. You were born for this. You came into this incarnation to remember, and now the remembering has begun. No turning back. No looking down. You're ascending. You may feel like you're losing everything, but in truth, you are gaining everything that matters. Peace, purpose, power, and alignment with your divine path. The last stage of your old life has begun. And in its place, something holy is rising. Something ancient. Something eternal. And it begins with you saying yes to your evolution. Let the world think you're different. Let them say you're distant. Let them call it strange. This is your sacred metamorphosis. You are not here to fit in. You are here to wake up. And that awakening is happening now. The full moon initiated it. These 9 symptoms confirm it, and your soul is ready to complete it. Remember this. Rebirth is not always beautiful. Sometimes it's messy, lonely, uncertain. But it is always worth it. The universe is not testing you. It is trusting you. With power, with purpose, with a new spiritual identity that is waiting to fully land. Let the old self fall away. You are safe, you are seen. You are supported by the stars. The full moon has passed, but its codes are still working within you. The old you is dissolving. The new you is awakening. Watch for the signs. Feel the symptoms. Trust the process, because this is the end of your old life, and the sacred beginning of the one you were born to live. The full moon on the 13th of July 2025 was not just a lunar event, it was a celestial announcement, a cosmic exhale, and a spiritual threshold. Many felt it, not in their minds, but in their bones, their dreams, their emotions. It stirred something deep within the collective soul, a memory of something ancient ending and something divine beginning. In the silence that followed its brightness, a series of unmistakable symptoms began to ripple through the spiritually sensitive. These are not physical illnesses or passing moods. These are sacred signals, sent from the higher realms to mark a profound transition, the final stage of your former life and the gateway into your next soul evolution. This isn't about physical death. It's far more mystical than that. This is the death of the illusion, the collapse of the egoic shell, and the rebirth of the true self. The 9 spiritual symptoms surfacing now are not symptoms of sickness, but signs of a soul shedding its skin. And if you are feeling them, it means you've been chosen to ascend. Extreme fatigue that defies logic since the full moon. Many have reported feeling overwhelmingly tired, not just sleepy, but soul-deep exhaustion. This is not ordinary fatigue. This is the result of powerful energy realignments happening in the subtle body. Your etheric self, the light body that overlays your physical body, has absorbed massive light codes during the lunar peak. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your chakras are integrating ancient data. Karmic burdens you didn't even know you carried are dissolving behind the scenes. And all of this requires rest. If you feel like you can't function the way you used to, it's because you're not supposed to. You are not malfunctioning. You are reforming emotional waves without obvious cause grief. Anger, joy, nostalgia, despair, all washing over you like sudden storms. These emotional floods are not random. They are spiritual detoxes. The lunar portal pulled up the roots of unprocessed emotions from lifetimes ago, and now they're being cleared. You're not backsliding. You're purging. You may cry for no reason or feel deep sorrow from nowhere. This is your soul grieving the death of its former patterns. The emotional chaos is not a step back. It is a sign that the wound is healing from the inside out. Strange sensations in the body, heat, cold, tingling, pressure. You might have felt sudden heat through your spine, chills in your hands, or a heavy pressure in your chest. These are energetic symptoms. Activations happening in your subtle energy system. The Kundalini force may be rising. Dormant strands of your spiritual DNA are waking up. This causes physical echoes, but they are not dangerous. They are proof that your light body is coming online. Many are reporting headaches around the third eye or tingling at the crown. Direct signs that your higher chakras are opening. This is the body reacting to divine software upgrades, losing all sense of time. The days blur. Hours feel stretched or vanished. You may feel like you're floating outside of time, because you are. The July 13th full moon did more than light up the sky. It bent timelines. Many of you are now experiencing quantum disorientation because you've detached from the 3D matrix grid. Time no longer flows in a straight line for you. You may visit past lives in dreams or sense things before they happen. This is a sign that your consciousness is moving between timelines. You are not just shifting, you are being upgraded to operate beyond time. A deep craving for solitude. Social events suddenly feel draining. You can't tolerate small talk. Even familiar company begins to feel overwhelming. This is not antisocial behavior. It's your spirit calling you inward. The sacred voice of your highest self becomes louder in silence. You are not avoiding people. You are realigning your frequency. You must be alone to download the messages coming through. This phase of spiritual seclusion is not a breakdown. It's a soul retreat. You are being led into isolation for purification. Familiar places now feel foreign. Favorite cafe feels uncomfortable. The house you've always loved suddenly feels off. Even your own reflection feels unfamiliar. Why? Because your soul has changed frequencies. You are no longer in resonance with your old environment. Your energetic field has shifted, but your surroundings haven't, which creates a feeling of spiritual displacement. This is a powerful sign. You are leaving an old timeline. The discomfort is not meant to hurt you. It's guiding you toward new lands, new energies, and new alignments. Repeating numbers, signs, and symbols everywhere. 1111 ADY. Why you see them on receipts, clocks, dreams, signs, they are not coincidences. They are activation codes, a spiritual GPS, recalibrating your direction. Each number sequence is a vibrational message from your guides. Pay attention to what you were thinking when you saw them. The July full moon opened a powerful portal through which divine intelligence is communicating faster and clearer than ever before. You are being shown your next steps through symbols, not logic. Trust the signs more than the noise. Dreams are vivid, emotional, or prophetic since the moon's peak. Your dream space has become another reality. You may have met ancestors, seen yourself in other lifetimes, or received messages that stayed with you upon waking. These are not dreams, they are soul transmissions. With the veil so thin, your astral body is journeying each night into realms of memory and prophecy. Do not dismiss what you see. You are being trained, tested, and taught while you sleep. Write them down. They are puzzle pieces from your spirit guides, sacred instructions from higher dimensions, a knowing that something is over. But you can't name it Tevin without a clear reason. You feel it. Something has ended. Maybe it's a job, a relationship, a belief, or a version of yourself. You can't quite put it into words, but your inner world knows it. The moon has ended a karmic cycle. Lifetimes of spiritual patterns are concluding. You may feel disconnected, confused, or even grieve this loss. But this is not a tragedy. It is the end of limitation. You are standing at the threshold of the last stage of your old life, and beyond it lies a version of you that is limitless. These 9 symptoms are sacred. They are not accidental, and they are not happening to everyone. If you are experiencing them, it means your soul has been chosen to ascend. You are one of the chosen ones, not because you are better, but because your soul volunteered to awaken first, to activate the light within, and to help anchor the new timeline into Earth. This transition is not for the faint of heart. It will require the death of every false identity, every toxic pattern, every old wound you've hidden behind. This is your spiritual initiation, and it is happening now. You may ask, why me? Because you are ready. Your soul has done the work. You have walked through fire in past lives. You've been the healer, the mystic, the outcast, the oracle. And now, all of those memories are returning. You are remembering who you truly are, and that remembering is shaking your current life to its core. This is why things feel unstable, why people are leaving, why you no longer resonate with what once felt familiar. You are not breaking, you are becoming. And becoming always looks like destruction to the ego. The days following this full moon are sacred recalibration days. You must not resist what is falling away. You must honor what no longer fits, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts, because the pain is not a punishment, it is a sign that the soul is being reset. Trust it, bow to it, let it guide you into alignment. This is your final stage of spiritual metamorphosis before rebirth. The chrysalis is not comfortable, but it is holy. Let the version of you that was built on survival, shame, fear, or people-pleasing die peacefully. That identity served its purpose, but it is now obsolete. Your highest self is taking over. You may feel tempted to go back, to numb, to distract, to abandon the path, but you cannot go back to sleep. You've already seen the truth. The illusion has shattered. And though it may be easier to pretend, your soul refuses to stay small any longer. You are ready to rise. These symptoms will not last forever, but their impact will. You are walking through a spiritual birth canal, and when you emerge, you will carry the codes of a new earth within you. Your aura will radiate differently. Your voice will carry divine authority. Your presence will activate others just by existing. But first, you must complete the passage. You are not alone. Every symptom you feel is echoed by millions of other awakened souls across the planet. We are going through it together, but individually, silently, in the shadows, like seeds cracking open underground, preparing to bloom in divine timing. So, breathe, rest, purge, journal, dream, cry, sleep, wander. But above all, listen. The universe is not punishing you. It is preparing you for a mission greater than you can imagine. This is your soul's sacred turning point. The last chapter of your old life has been written. And now, the universe places the pen in your hand. What will you write next? The full moon of July 13th, 2025, was not merely a lunar phase. It was a divine rupture in the fabric of your reality, a cosmic exhalation that shattered illusions and summoned the brave to awaken. Now, in the sacred stillness that follows, a wave of strange sensations is moving through the spiritually sensitive, not as random occurrences, but as deliberate soul messages, encoded with celestial intelligence. These are not symptoms of the body, but signals from the spirit, 9 spiritual signs that you have entered the final stage of your old identity, and that your soul is preparing to ascend beyond the limitations of its former self. If you have felt exhausted for no reason, it is not laziness. It is because your light body is in transition, recalibrating after receiving massive energy downloads under the moonlight. If your emotions have turned into tidal waves of joy, sorrow, and rage with no clear cause, it is because the moon pulled open ancient wounds, lifetimes old, and is now flushing them from your system like sacred storms. If your sleep has become haunted by vivid dreams, symbols, or encounters with beings you cannot explain, it is because the veil has thinned and your astral self is being shown hidden truths about your destiny. Perhaps your sense of time has evaporated, days blend, hours vanish. This is because you are no longer tied to linear time. You are slipping between dimensions, moving closer to the eternal now. Or maybe familiar places now feel hollow, strange, even distant, because your frequency has risen, and the environments that once matched your old vibration now fall short of your new alignment. You may feel an aching need for solitude, not out of depression, but because your soul longs to hear the whispers of your higher self without interference. You might be seeing repeating numbers, strange synchronicities, or divine patterns following you. Not coincidence, but confirmation. You are being marked. You are being guided. You are being watched over. The old life is collapsing behind you like smoke. And even if you cannot explain it, deep within, you know, something has ended. You can't go back. You're not meant to. You are entering the sacred in-between. No longer who you were, not yet who you're becoming. And though this transition may be painful, chaotic, and confusing, it is also holy. You are not dying. You are awakening. The 9 spiritual symptoms are not something to fear. They are proof that the universe has activated you. and your soul has responded. This is the final stage before your rebirth. Your spiritual DNA is unraveling, and soon your true essence will emerge. The full moon was the door. You walked through it, and now the universe is watching to see if you will rise into your new destiny, or retreat into the comfort of what no longer fits. You already know the answer.